What's the funniest game that turned serious fast? During our sophomore year of college, my roommates and I started playing a game we called Truth Bombs. At our weekend parties, it was simple. Everyone writes an anonymous question on a slip of paper, they go in a bowl, and we take turns answering whatever we pull out. It started as harmless fun. Silly hypotheticals, embarrassing confessions, the kind of stuff that makes you laugh until your stomach hurts. Nothing serious, just five best friends bonding over cheap beer and brutal honesty. Me, my childhood friend Ryan, our soccer teammates Alyssa. We'd been playing for months when everything imploded on a rainy Friday night in November. Midterms had just ended and we were celebrating harder than usual. Alyssa had been dating this guy, James, for almost a year, and he joined us for the first time. That night, we were all pretty wasted when Zach pulled a question that made the whole room freeze. Who in this room would you sleep with if there were no consequences? He hesitated, looked directly at Alyssa, and said, "Honestly, I've had a thing for Alyssa since orientation week." James immediately tensed up, but Zach kept going. "We almost hooked up at that party last September before you two started dating." The room went silent. I watched James's face transform from confusion to realization to rage. Alyssa jumped in. "Zach, what the hell? That's not even true." But her voice had that slight tremor that happens when someone's lying. Zach backpedaled, claiming he was just trying to make the game interesting. But the damage was done. James turned to Alyssa. "September? We started dating in August." Alyssa's face went pale as she stammered through an explanation about timeline confusion and how nothing ever happened between them. Ryan tried lightening the mood by grabbing another question, but James wasn't having it. "Did you cheat on me?" he demanded. Alyssa's eyes filled with tears. "It was just one stupid drunk kiss at a party. I barely remember it. Meant nothing," she pleaded. James stood up, knocking over his beer. "We're done." He stormed out, slamming the door so hard our neighbor banged on the wall. Alyssa ran after him, leaving the four of us sitting in uncomfortable silence. Olivia finally broke it. "Well, that escalated quickly." Zach looked miserable. "I didn't mean to blow up their relationship. I thought everyone knew they had history." The worst part was watching what happened next over the following weeks. Zach and Alyssa started hanging out as friends. They claimed, but we all saw the texts. The lingering looks, the inside jokes. 3 weeks later, they were officially dating, and our friend group fractured beyond repair. Ryan and I sided with James, who was blindsided by the betrayal. Olivia somehow remained neutral, maintaining friendships with everyone. The apartment that once hosted our legendary game nights became a tension-filled war zone, with strict schedules of who used the common areas. Alyssa lasted 4 dramatic months before imploding in a spectacular cheating scandal of their own karmic justice, I suppose. What started as a fun drinking game ended up destroying our living situation, our friend group, and 2 relationships. We never played Truth Bombs again. The next semester, we all moved to different apartments, scattered across campus. Occasionally, I'd run into Zach or Alyssa on campus, and we'd exchange awkward nods like strangers, not people who once shared everything. 5 years later, at our graduation, Ryan and I reminisced about that night, how one stupid game question revealed what was hiding beneath the surface all along. Sometimes I wonder if the game actually created the drama or just accelerated the inevitable. Either way, I learned my lesson. Some truths are bombs for a reason. They destroy everything in their blast radius.